Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Toe2 Bravo. If you follow the channel, you will have watched a video where we did an unboxing on our Hungarian M44 Mosin Nagant. Today we're going to go into a little more detail, do some close-up pics of the markings that are on this particular rifle, and just talk about a brief history here. So what we have on the table, like we said earlier, is the Hungarian Mosin Nagant 1948 infantry carbine. This particular one was produced in 1952. Now, from what I understand, 160,000 of these were manufactured in Budapest, Hungary. That would be 80,000 in 1952 and 80,000 in 1953. They were produced in the FEG plant in Budapest, Hungary. It is chambered in 7.62 by 54R rimmed cartridge. It has the internal box magazine, 5 rounds, 40 inches overall, and has a 20.4 inch barrel. It has the right hand concentric rifle. With the 1908 ball ammunition, I believe it has about 700 meters per second muzzle velocity. In 1948, the Warsaw Pact pressured Hungary to purchase a license from the Soviet Union to start producing M44s and other Soviet weapons. So that's how the manufacturing process came about, 1948. I think I said 1948. If I didn't, I meant 1948. At the time, the Soviet model was the 1944, the M44 Mosin Nagant, which looks very similar to this, but the Hungarian version of that rifle was actually called the M48. It's an M44, but it was called the M48 infantry carbine. Hungary's Warsaw Pact factory code was 02, and I'll insert some photos. We'll do a quick drive-by here. We haven't done one since the initial unboxing. But if you look right here on the stock, right there, you'll see the 02. For the factory code, the FEG factory code in Budapest, Hungary, you'll see the circle B for Budapest. And then right up here, you'll see another circle 2 right there. So all the markings are correct on this rifle. Like I spoke about in the unboxing, the serial numbers all match. The alphabetic designator in the front is off between the bolt and the rest of the rifle, but from what I understand, that's a common thing that happened. Back in 1952, numbers match. The alphabetic designator does not. So we'll come in from the front there. You can see how gorgeous this rifle is. Just really good looking rifle. Just a really nice purchase. I really like these. I don't know why I got rid of mine years ago. It was a huge mistake. I had a really nice Russian one. We'll put the bayonet on for you guys. So you just depress this mechanism here and flip it out just like that. Get a good view of that from the side. Just a really handsome rifle. I like the fact that it has the attached bayonet. Looks really good. To take it down, just push the mechanism forward and fold it back in. Just a really good looking rifle. We'll come from this side here. Just really, really handsome. I think you guys can get a pretty good view of that. So the funny thing is, you would think that with only 160,000 of these produced between 1952 and 1953, these would be a little more collectible. But from what I understand, they're not. They must have imported a large number of these into the United States, because with only 160,000 produced, you sure do see a lot of the Hungarian models. I'll go ahead and provide some close-ups now of the receiver and some of the markings on the bolt and some of the other proof markings on the rifle itself, and I'll go ahead and put those in as we continue to talk about this rifle here. The condition I got this in is, I would say this is in, with the exception of the wear marks, the bumps and the depressions and some of the things that are on the stock, which I actually prefer. I like the look of a rifle that wasn't abused but used. But as far as all the metal parts and pieces and bits, the bluing on the rifle looks good. All the markings are fantastic. Everything looks really good. There's no rust. I've taken it apart. There's no rust in the undercarriage here. Everything was very well taken care of. The bore on this rifle is in excellent condition. This should be a fantastic shooter. This thing's probably going to group really well. Matter of fact, I'd probably put some money on it. The bore is that nice that I think with some good Russian surplus ammunition, this thing's probably going to group fantastic groups. Really look forward to getting it. I really look forward to getting it out to the range. So we'll start at 50 yards like we normally do, and then we'll move out to 100 yards, see how we group, and then maybe on another video we'll just make any adjustments to the front sight posts that are necessary to get her lined up and perfect. Because I plan on shooting this rifle quite a bit. I will add some linseed oil to the stock just to give it a little love there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Some close-ups. I mean, it's just such a gorgeous rifle. But this is Toto Bravo. I appreciate you watching. Not a long video, but I just wanted to bring some close-ups and maybe get some interactions from some other folks that maybe know a little more about these. Just a little brief history on these. I did notice one thing that's different on this Hungarian M44 that sets it apart from the Chinese and Russian versions. And I didn't notice it until I was comparing some photos the other day. But this front sling loop right here, if you look at the distance from the sling loop to this band compared to the Chinese and the Russian, the space here is quite a bit closer. That's the only real difference I could find. So our next step, like I said, is to get this out to the range. I appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment, likes, thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And our next step will be the range visit. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.